Hi guys, it's Sid, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do the open wound zombie hand or anywhere you want. And as you can see, it's very gross and bloody and kind of messy. So if you want to learn how to do it, just keep watching. For the first part, and which is the flesh, you will be needing some Elmer's glue, translucent powder, liquid concealer in your skin tone, and 2 brushes, one for the Elmer's glue and one for the concealer. And you will also need tissues or toilet paper. So the first thing you want to do is take your Elmer's glue and you're going to put some of it on a paper or something that will hold it over to the side. And then you're going to take your glue brush and you're just going to mark a spot on your hand of the shape of the glue you want it. So I'm just going to do this. After you've done that, you want to rip a strip of toilet paper or tissue and place it on top of the glue. And you're going to do this until it's covered. Once you have it down, you're going to take more glue and keep applying it over the layers you just applied. Once you have your first layer glued and put down, the second thing you want to do is just keep adding more layers of tissue paper or toilet paper onto the glue and keep gluing over it until it's the desired thickness that you want. So I went ahead and got it to the thickness that I wanted it, and you want to make sure that you do have a layer of glue on the very top layer, and after that what you want to do is you just want to take something that you can flatten the edges with, and you just want to flatten it out to where it kind of blends into your skin. Now that I've went and flattened it, the next thing you want to do is let it dry, and the best thing for you to do is let it dry with a hairdryer or a blow dryer, and it just helps speed up the process. Once it is damp, you want to take something a little pointy or sharp, but what I have is a old dental thing that has never been used, and what you want to do is you just want to try not to poke yourself, for one, and two, you just want to make an incision in the toilet paper where you want the open cut to be. After you have made the incision, you just want to kind of open it up, and then you're going to let it dry again. Once it is completely dry, you want to take your liquid concealer and just cover all of the white spots and make sure that there's no white showing. It's okay if it doesn't blend in completely to your skin. You can blend it evenly more if you want to, but it's not really going to make a difference once you add the bruising. The next thing you want to use is your translucent powder, and all you're going to do is kind of cover it and make it a little more not as shiny. I'm sorry that that part was maybe out of focus. I'm not for sure yet. I haven't looked back at it. But here's what it should look like. Not exactly like this, but it should look somewhere similar to this once you have it all done. For the second step, you're going to want some black and gray and maybe some skin-colored eyeshadows, some sort of red eyeshadow or like a nude color, and some purples. And if you have some sort of red lipstick you have and a palette, then you can use that, but I cannot find mine, so I'm using just acrylic paint since it's easy to come off. Then you're going to want some brushes you can apply the eyeshadow with. Use a normal brush for the acrylic. The thing you're going to want to do is you're going to take your red paint or lipstick and you're going to just apply it into the inside and around the folds on the inside. Adding the red into the inside of the wound is just going to give you a red base to start out with. And if you want, like me, you can just add a little bit. It's not focusing. You can just add a little bit around the wound also. The second thing you're going to want to do is take a gray eyeshadow and just apply it around the wound. And as you can tell, this is not a clean palette. Just use something that's old and you don't care to mess up. After applying the gray, you want to apply a pinky color around the edges of your glue where the wound of your glue ends. Doing this just makes the wound look a little bit more irritated than it would look if you didn't have it. After doing the irritated look, just add some little bit of black, just splotches anywhere that you feel a bruise might be, like maybe where the nude is still showing. After applying the black splotches, you just want to take a purple or a light pink and just make some bruises just to lighten up the black if you've gotten it a little too dark. I'm pretty sure that scene was blurry, but if it is, I'm sorry. And the next thing you want to do is take some green and just apply it around some bruising, because, you know, bruises don't always are purple. Such grammar. Yes, those scenes were blurry, and I'm very sorry, and I cannot redo them, so just bear with me, and you kind of saw a glimpse of what I was doing. The next thing you want to do is take some black and just put it around the edge of your wound to give it some shadow and dimension. And if your folds fold down, you can always kind of push them back up. And I'm sorry if you can hear background noise. My house is not very quiet. For the third step, you're going to need some sort of fake blood, and I use just the generic fake vampire blood. And you can use some zombie blood, which is just black. And then you need some black cream, green cream, and blue cream. And optional is the zombie flesh. And basically what it is if you just put it on and you let it dry, it becomes kind of scaly looking, and that is an optional effect if you want to add it. The first thing you want to do is just take some green cream on a sponge and just kind of tap it everywhere, and it'll make a little bit more of a bruising effect. Next, you just want to take the blue cream and do the same thing you did with the green. I decided that I had a little too much color to mine, so I'm not going to add the black, and I'm going to take my pink and just go around and kind of blend it back out because I feel like I added a little too much color, and you can really do it any way you want. The last thing you want to do is add some fake blood. What you want to do with the blood is, you can't really see it, but you just want to kind of swish it around inside the wound. And if you want, you can dab some around the outside too, or just let it kind of flow outside. If you want, you can add some zombie blood, which is black. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and do that just to give it some more looks. You don't want to add too much zombie blood because it is very black. Here is the finished look. I kind of made mine really harsh with it. If you don't want it that harsh, you can make it a little more subtle and not add so much detail. And now I will do a swatch of the zombie blood right here, so you can just see what that does. I said zombie blood, I meant flesh. With the zombie flesh, you just want to add some to the area that you want, and it is gray, so you can add color to it. I don't really use this because I don't like it. You just rub it around like a cream, and once it dries, it will become sort of scaly and like zombie skin. I will try to focus it. Sorry for the noise. And as you can see, it is sort of, kind of, I don't know. I don't like it. So that's the zombie flesh. Well, here is the final look. I will take some pictures of it and I will add them to the video so you can see it better because the lighting is kind of bad. And as I said, you can make it a little more subtle if you like, but I just kind of threw it on, so that's how I did it. And I will also add some pictures of my previous things that I have done just to show you another idea of how it could look or how it should look, and just give you a little inspiration of how you might want to do it.